if you really want to do it in this thing, you just have to like establish your place in the world. Know who you want to be, know what you have to offer, and just start putting it out there. Say, this is who I am.
What you guys saying, man? It's the Collective, and we're back with another episode of Inside the Underground. Today I've got the G on, Baby Panna, Portsmouth local, Portsmouth greatest. Come on, you already know what it is, man. I'm gonna start by, I hope I pronounced the name right, Baby Panna, yeah? Where'd you get the name from, man?
Okay, so my name's Panache, and I was at uni about 4 years ago. I feel like a lot of people will know the song. It's like Baby Panna by Techno, innit? So I don't know, it's just a nickname I got given in it. I'd walk into a room, people would just go like, Baby Panna, and that was before people even knew I wanted to rap, and someone came up to me and was just like, that should be your rap name. And in my head I was just like, it will be.
So you know you do the rapping, you do like music videos, you've got the radio show and everything. How do you find time to like balance everything? And what's your personal favourite part of it?
I don't know if I do find time to balance everything, to be honest. I try to keep things fluid. I just do what I feel like doing in the moment and put my attention where I feel like it needs to be. I feel like recently I've just kind of told myself, don't be afraid to really like put something else on the back burner if you just want to be doing something else. Because at the end of the day, I'm young, I'm experimenting. If I feel like doing something, I should, because I haven't really put concrete steps in any field that I'm interested in. So I just keep it free.
But would you say like music is your main thing, or what do you gravitate towards most within like creative?
Personally, music. I feel like regardless of what I'm doing, I'll always be writing bars at home, just kind of trying to see what works. But right now, I think I'm filming more videos than releasing music at the moment. Yeah. So it comes and goes. Right now, videos, but in like my personal music.
Speaking of videos, I watched your video Jeans from the End, and it has like a very grimy aesthetic to it and everything. Is that something that you really like want to bring out? You know, obviously we spoke earlier and you told me about shooting on VHS. Is that like a style you want to focus on, or what's your style when it comes to shooting?
I don't have one, to be honest. I just try to keep things free flowing, man. Like, I bought the camera for fun because I saw the aesthetic was kind of coming into demand, and I've been lucky enough to get loads of jobs in it. So in terms of the grimy aesthetic, so the song was by Big Tefts. He did a lot of the directing and putting the shots together. I just turned up and filmed, basically. But I feel like that kind of aesthetic also comes with the camera, you know what I mean?
When you're filming for people and stuff, do you like having more creative control, or do you like when they come to you like with an idea of something they want to do and then you make it?
It's early doors for me right now, so I like when they come with ideas because it just helps with portfolio and stuff. And I feel like as I gain more experience, I'd like to build on that. So as of yet, I get more creative control if I'm doing like behind the scenes stuff, because I can look around the room and pick what to film. But when it comes to like actual projects, right now I like it when they come to me, so I can like learn before I step out there.
Dropping out of uni and everything, a lot of creatives think about doing it, and you've actually gone ahead and done it, and it's actually, I would say, from what I've seen, it seems like it's working out and everything. What's your advice to like someone who's thinking of doing that, or like, you know, just putting your foot on the pedal and like fully go in for what you want to do?
I'd say do it, innit? It's obviously not that easy, but I think if you're young, you don't need to feel pressure from anyone really, because there's people who don't figure stuff out until they're like 50. You know, I feel like you don't really know who you are until you're like 40 years old, you know? So just get out there, experiment. Don't be afraid to like start painting one day and then stop painting and pick up a camera and then put it down, because you're figuring it out. And I feel like if you commit to something too young without being sure about it, people will make decisions for you before you've even taken the time to explore. So
how do you look for like opportunity and stuff, you know, as a freelancing guy?
Just put myself out there, say hello to as many people as I can, ask for as many Instagrams as I can. There's a guy I asked for advice one time, and he said to me, if you really want to do it in this thing, you just have to like establish your place in the world. Know who you want to be, know what you have to offer, and just start putting it out there. Say, this is who I am, this is who I am, and people just gravitate towards that, you know?
So, you know, growing up in Portsmouth and everything, you've done shows like Word of Mouth and everything. How important is it to you, like, uplifting the artistic community of Portsmouth, you know?
I think it's very important, man. Like, it's, for me, when I started in 2018 releasing music, what really spurred me on to do that was seeing that there was another rapper in Portsmouth. Yeah. It was like Dockham and Malone, and I was just like, wow, okay, I guess someone can do it. And over time, more people start coming out, and there's now a whole rap scene with 6 shows and we're all just kind of friends. And I always said from day one, like, you can't make it anywhere if people in your own city don't like you, because how are you meant to go to like London or like America and be like, oh, I'm from here, but they don't like me there? Like, if your hometown doesn't like you, and if you're not building up your own city and building up your own community, then you're not going to have anywhere to come back to or to go from.
What inspiration does Portsmouth play in your art?
Just like the creatives, the community side of creativity. I feel like they've taught me a lot about that. They've inspired me to just be better as well. There's a lot of like friendly like competition.
Community based.
100%, man. I feel like I could just go to a rapper's yard and be like, oh, can I get some advice on this? Or, oh, I've got this idea, or do you want to go over there and work on that? And it's not always been like that, so I can't take it for granted. Yeah, they just inspire me to look out for my city and be better.
Can you talk to me about like other inspirations, you know, artists, anything?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's been my inspiration for the longest time.
What do you think of his new album?
I thought it was great. I can't lie, I've not put it on repeat as much as the other ones, but I think the timing of it and the theme of it is just really cool. I think in terms of where he is in his career and how he chose to not be that guy that's trying to comment on every social injustice for everyone.
Like,
and
he's
just
not some savior, he's just
himself. Yeah, he even said it on the tracks, innit? So like, he's just saying, you know, I'm a human too and I need my break, and I think that's more powerful sometimes than trying to be that guy, you know?
Yeah, sorry, I stopped you when you were talking about inspiration.
Oh yeah, Kanye West, Frank Ocean.
Mate, you're speaking to my soul right now.
Come on.
I've got the Knights tattoo.
Oh, that's sick.
Over here, man, and the beat switches in it.
You've got the tattoo of the beat switch?
Yeah, like, of the beat switch.
Bro,
so that's when it
sick.
changes,
Cool.
man. So like you're rapping and stuff. I know you used to write poetry and stuff. Do you still write poetry?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Did you start rapping before you did the poetry, or did you do the poetry?
I was rapping before the poetry.
Okay.
Poetry's quite recent, so like past 5 years. I've been rapping for the past like 10.
Yeah.
So
how's it like helped you with your rap music and stuff, the poems and everything?
I think poetry taught me to be more honest. Now I do a lot less filtering when I write my raps, because if I was rapping like 4 years ago, I would have been like, ooh, I could say this because this sounds cool, even though I was never there and it didn't happen. So if I have an emotion and it comes out in a poetic way, I keep it that way rather than trying to package it.
You know, your genre of music, what would you classify it as, and like what other genres do you see yourself getting into? I know you're such a creative person in so many different directions.
I would call it alternative hip hop, just because that's the closest to saying different I can get. But I've got like a few indie rock tracks as well that haven't really made it out.
So do you sing as well then?
When I feel like it, yeah.
When the time comes,
Yeah. So that's in the pipeline. But sound-wise, I never know really. It just kind of happens, you know.
When you're sitting down to just do something, how do you get into your zone of creativity and just like, you know, just focus? Especially being freelance and stuff, there's so many distractions.
If I'm editing, I don't need much to put me into a zone. After the shoot's done, the shoot's the fun part. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm off to London, I'm shooting. When I get home, I kind of just see it as a job that needs to be done, so I don't really try and like create an atmosphere. I feel like the creative work is done. Well, it's not done when you're editing, but I don't really put myself in a zone with music or anything. I just kind of sit down and do it.
It's just you.
Yeah, just as long as, I have to kind of be in like a quiet space with my friends or just alone. But
so, you know, speaking of who you want to be and saying you've been filming a lot of music videos and such, I've been seeing a lot of stuff like you being in London, like filming stuff for Sam Wise and everything. Can you talk to me a little bit of like what's coming up in the future for you, what you're looking forward to?
Just looking forward to more work, man. I'm looking forward to dropping my next mixtape, Vibes and Energies 2. Visuals wise, just more projects, man. I love the camera because it introduces me to cool creatives, puts me in cool places, and I'll be dropping more stuff from the VHS as well. I've been collecting a bunch of footage from all the shoots, so I'll do like a documentary style post or something, and hopefully that should be cool, you know.
Have you found it like a struggle having to go up in London and everything and being from here?
No, not at all, man. I love it. I love like seeing the work I put in happen in front of me. I like being in places where I'm like, oh, if I hadn't done this, that, and then that, and then that, I wouldn't be here. So I'm like, I can be grateful for the work past me has done, and I can be like, okay, well, future me is going to be thankful that I'm even here. So
what is the end goal with everything?
There isn't one, mate. Just keep going. Just keep creating, keep having fun, keep meeting new people, having new experiences.
Thank you very much for coming on, brother. That was excellent, bro. No worries, man. See you guys later.